All right, friends, welcome back to Walt's Apartment Presents again. We have a very interesting, different topic for you this time.
I'm so excited.
Let's get into it.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and you listen to a podcast that believes in dreams, that places trust in the magic of imagination. That is always the first start of the right, and where the light is always on. Join as we discuss reviews from Walt's apartment.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Walt's Apartment Presents. We're back. Another awesome, interesting guest. I'm excited for this guest. I was telling them before we do this, I usually do a lot of research on the guests and kind of get some information. This time I put it all in Amber's court. And she said, we're going to do this and we're going to have some fun. But Amber, how are you?
I'm doing really good. Today's been a very Disney heavy day.
Yeah.
Heavy Disney day. Signed up for the virtual Run Disney.
Right. Good for
and
you.
then bought my Pride tickets.
Woo!
Got my outfits ready for Dapper Day. So, today.
That's right. You're going in a few weeks, huh? Going back again?
I am. I'm all ready. So it's been a very Disney-centric day, as always.
Nice. Awesome. Perfect. I want to get right into this.
Okay.
I'm excited for our guest.
Yes.
You sent me this 2 weeks ago, so I want to do this. I'm like, I don't know about this.
I swear.
You're like, Sean, trust me. Look into this more. Like, it's not what you think. I'm looking at his page yesterday and the page for the show. I'm like this is my vibe. I need to be there. So
yes.
Without further ado, I want to bring up our guest. We have Eric from the Empire Strips Back. Yes, that's exactly what I said.
That right, everyone.
Exactly what I said. So let's welcome Eric. Amber, introduce us to your friend.
This is the one and only Eric Newton, who plays Eric Caprizian, Lando's nephew. What does your shirt say, by the way? Does it say Lando's nephew? Oh, Lando's not.
Is it? Lando's not a system.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so I first saw Empire Strips Back about a year and a half ago when it was in San Francisco. Now, that was not you, correct? That did Lando? Or was it you?
It depends on when you saw it, to be honest. So I did the first when the show first started in America, when it did the All American cast the first time about 4 years ago. I did all the San Francisco run, 3 months. But the last time we came back to San Francisco, I did like the first 5 weeks, and then my friend, another host took over after that. Yeah?
Okay, so it may have been you. So maybe I saw you twice. I don't remember. It was in June of, I think, 2024 is when I went.
Okay, yeah. By then I had moved on. I usually during that time I was touring a lot with the show, and so I was doing the show in Philadelphia during June.
Okay. So everyone's wondering, like, what the hell is Empire Strips Back, and how on earth it relates at all to Disney. So first of all, it's Star Wars. Thank you very much. As the name implies, it is a burlesque comedy show about the Empire Strikes Back. And when you think about it, most people think it's like cheesy or silly. And it's so well done that I had to see it twice because I just saw it again in Las Vegas. And I took 2 of my friends and my husband, all huge Star Wars fans. And I tell you, my greatest joy was watching their faces on some of the scenes, the iconic scenes, knowing what was coming and then seeing them live those moments. Like, it was such a joy. Such a joy. So
do I need to go to Vegas?
Yes, you did.
Everyone needs to. Look at Eric. We sat in the front row. We were cheering him on. He looked great. Now he didn't zip. You didn't zip up one of your shoes, and the whole time I was like worried that you were gonna fall, just like a mom.
Oh, yeah.
I was like so worried. I was like pointing. I was like, dude.
Oh, yeah. Originally, yeah, so I have an ankle injury, so I'm wearing a brace right now. But yeah, eventually I'll have that off again.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell us a little bit about your background in acting and entertainment?
Sure, yeah. So mostly I'm known as a stand-up comedian. I don't really have a whole lot of professional or official acting training, but I was doing stand-up comedy for about 6 years before I got booked to this show. And some improv classes here and there, a lot of writing, things like that. So those skills help me transfer into the role I play in the show. Because as you know, the show is actually mostly dancing. So it's a cast of 10 dancers and then me as the host. So I'm there to keep the crowd entertained while the sets change behind the curtain until the next act. Right. So I'm the only person in my role, and not necessarily so yeah, I'm not a trained actor per se, but for some reason I do well on stage every night.
But you're funny, so there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you hear about this role? Like, how did you get this role?
Yeah. I fell into it's a funny story. So I got booked on this very small comedy show at a Chinese food restaurant in like San Rafael, and we go to the venue and we park, and this is a true story. When we parked there, we parked in front of this theater, and it happened to be showing The Empire Strikes Back. I'm like, oh, I love that movie, so I took a picture of the marquee, and we do the show. And at the end of the show, another friend of mine that was on the bill that night, she worked at the Great Star Theater at the time. She was a bartender. She's like, hey, this show is coming in called The Empire Strikes Back. I was like, I've heard of that show. It sounds cool. I'm like, oh, they're looking for a new host. She didn't know the characters. Like, oh, looking for a new host. So it's like, they wanted to play like one of the black characters. I'm like, oh, it has to be Lando. The Empire Strikes Back, and the black, definitely Lando. So I was like, actually, do you want me to introduce you to the producers? Like, yes, I would love to, try to audition. Went from there. They loved me, and that was about almost 4 years ago. 4 years ago, 28 cities ago. They keep me along, and it's been the role of a lifetime for me. I'm so grateful that happened. And that's how I got started.
Where in San Rafael? Because that's where I live. I live in Sonoma County, so that's like 30 minutes from me.
It was called I want to say it was called Getaway.
Oh,
It was a Chinese food restaurant. That's where my friend introduced me to it. But the first performance of the show were in San Francisco at the Great Star Theater in Chinatown.
Yes, that's where I saw it.
Yeah, I miss that theater. I feel like that's like our home, my home theater. I lived in the Bay Area when I first started. Now I recently moved to Vegas about a year ago.
Okay, how's that move going for you?
I'm adjusting to it. I like Vegas it's a fun. It's not all like it's kind of like how our show is. Like Empire Strikes Back isn't what it seems on the surface. It's actually like a really well tasteful done show. Las Vegas is like that too. There's lots of my culture here. Like lots of people playing D&D. Collect little card games. Like there's all walks of life exist in Vegas. So that part is nice. I like that. It's not just casinos and gambling and drinking and strip clubs and EDM. Everything is here.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I love it.
So I have a question for you. I noticed, and I don't know if I saw this correctly. I was looking through your Instagram page yesterday. You guys have done 200 shows in Vegas already? In less than a year?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done 3. I think we're at 381 as of yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
How many do you do a day?
We do 8 shows a week, 6 nights a week.
Damn.
And so right now we're only off on Tuesdays. Friday and Saturday we do 2 shows on those days, so 8 shows per week. But starting at the end of April, they're going to 7 days a week. They have a second cast coming in. That will be the Tuesday show. So doing really well here.
That's good.
Running nonstop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is at the Rio, which is slightly off script, which is nice because it makes it easier to access. So that was nice. And I hadn't been to the Rio in a very long time. So that was
I have another interesting story about that. So before I moved here, I'd only been to Vegas one time. It was years ago. It was like before the pandemic, and I went to the Rio and I saw a Penn and Teller show.
Yes.
And I was like, oh man, I would love to perform on a stage like this one day. And now we have a residency at the Rio. And a few weeks ago, Teller actually came to the show. He was sitting in the front row, so that was really cool.
Wow.
You manifested that. You manifested that. Put it out there.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to put it out there right now while the faiths are listening?
You know what? I would love to meet Donald Glover, who plays Lando in the Solo movie. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Yes.
Donald Glover is a huge fan of our podcast, as are all the Disney executives. So I know that he's listening right now. So
100%.
you know, hit us up if you need to get in contact with the man below, you know.
Oh man, yeah. Donald Glover, one of the best Landos of all time. One of the best
so
three.
good.
Yeah.
So
The best
good.
three.
One of the
Yes.
not to
I'm
be
assuming-
surpassed by his nephew.
I'm assuming
That's correct.
Billy and yourself, right?
Exactly. That's
Yes, sir.
correct. You
Yeah.
assumed correctly. Yeah.
I mean, can you relate to your character at all? Like when you were preparing for this role, how did you get into the role of the nephew?
I like
Yeah.
his nephew. That's great.
Yeah. I knew I'm okay. First of all, I'm definitely not smooth, and I'm not like Billy D's Lando. So it definitely had to be the nephew, right? I'm much more of a silly, kind of laid back person, but I definitely relate to Lando's his character arc, especially in Empire Strikes Back, where he wants to do the right thing, but sometimes he's kind of forced to his hand is forced sometimes. I feel like there's been parts of my life that have been like that, and at the end he does come back. He redeems himself. He infiltrates Jabba's palace, saves his friends, helps blow up the second Death Star, which people always forget about. People always remember Lando for Empire Strikes Back, betraying everybody, but Lando does some good stuff too. So I definitely
he definitely turned
he's a
himself
good dude.
around. Yeah, for sure.
Exact 100%. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so I would say in those ways I relate to my character. And yeah, I guess people have told me I'm charming too. So
There you go.
I mean, I definitely can see the appeal. You're very charming, and you're a cat dad. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what? So I would definitely wear a cape around town if I could. Yeah, why not?
yes,
For sure.
for sure. I just went to Discovery Kingdom here in the Bay Area, and they sell capes for all the different. That's like their merch. Is they sell capes for all the different superheroes, and I was like, they had a Pride cape, and I'm like, I want this. I just posted on my Instagram. I want this Pride cape so bad because I'm like, I would wear that just out. Like, it's just
right?
beautiful.
Exactly.
So we need to bring back capes. Public shaming. What else?
Oh my gosh.
I would say capes, cloaks, all those types of wardrobe accessories should be.
Canes with like a little topper.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Canes are legit.
Be like the Lando
Normalize it.
style. We need to bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
So, like when you do your nightly show, how much of that, excuse me, how much of that is scripted versus just you being amazing?
It's probably 80-20, probably 80% scripted and 20% means improvising with the crowd. Because I like to try to do a lot of bits where I talk to the crowd. And some nights they're just kind of like, some nights people are very talkative and vocal and they want to interact, and sometimes people just want to sit and watch the show. So on nights like that, then I lean more into like my scripted stuff that I do every night. But if they want to talk and they want to have fun, then we can go that route more during the performance. Yeah.
Which do you prefer?
I prefer improving and interacting with the crowd. I love that. It's so much fun.
So to touch on that, Eric, crowd work is kind of like a big thing these days, like in the comedian world. I mean, you just said yourself. What are your thoughts on like crowd work and like who do you like that does really good crowd work? I guess. I mean, just kind of dive into more of who you are, but like who do you admire that does crowd work? I think I've just started getting into comedians like literally like this past couple of years. I've been like sheltered life until I was like 50, and now, but I'm like, oh my god, that's funny, and that guy does this and this guy does that. But so, are there any people that you prefer or that you like that for their style of crowd work?
Yeah. Off the top of my head, it's hard for me to. I'm drawing a blank right now, but for me, the crowd work I like to do is a little bit more collaborative. I know a lot of crowd work with comedians is how can I put this? Sometimes it's kind of like making fun or poking fun at a person or things like that. And I try to stay away from those things. Like if I can like uplift and say something funny about the situation or make a Star Wars reference about something they said, I try to go in that direction mostly. So that's the route I try to take it as. Like, because the thing I have to remember for the thing I try to remember in our show is like, I'm not there as Eric Newton as a comedian. I'm there as a part of the show. So I feel like, sometimes that type of comedy, isn't the best for the show in those moments. So, but every now and then it happens, right? It's live theater. Every now and then, like if I think it's gonna be funny and not very hurtful and pick on somebody, I love to do jokes like that.
Mm-hmm. But that's just a well-known thing that if you sit in the front row of a comedy show, you are fair game. So there are shows that I don't sit in the front row, like Absinthe. I do not sit in the front row.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, and you're right. A lot of people want that. Like, right, some people go there for it. Like, oh, I want this comedian to talk about me, and that's funny. It's not necessarily my style, so I avoid it. And you're right. Like, but some shows are like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you also you ask questions of the audience. You interact with them, more so than just making fun of them. Like, one of my favorite parts is when you asked everybody to make a Wookiee sound, because Lord knows some of those people were drunk and they were trying their best. I heard sounds that I don't think could be repeated.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, I was gonna say that's the moment where I might tease people during the show, like during that one. And I always do my best to be as supportive as possible, but like you said, sometimes it's just so funny. I'm like, I have to comment on this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened at one of your shows? Like, I'm sure people get out of hand. We do that sometimes.
Yes. Sometimes that happens. But there's been like sweet things. Like, okay, one time, a person proposed to his fiance or his girlfriend at the time. He had this really cool, personalized ring that had a bunch of Star Wars quotes on, like a huge diamond.
Oh wow!
It was beautiful. So that was really cool.
Did you know about it in advance? Did you know they were going to do that?
Yeah, he came. He talked to the stage manager. It was in Denver, and he talked to the stage manager and he said, "Hey, can I set this up with this one?" Of course, this is happening to be Star Wars related. We're like, yeah, you can do this. This is gonna be cool. And it turned out to be really sweet. He had a speech that he wrote out, a whole bunch of Star Wars references, things like that.
Oh wow!
And, it was beautiful. That was super cool.
That's amazing. I'm going to talk to my husband for our next marriage.
I got an idea, Tom.
I got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
How's that renewal working out?
That's incredible. And then for me, one of the coolest things for me personally is when we were in New York City. One night, Christian Slater and Darren Aronofsky came to the show together, and I'm a huge Mr. Robot fan, and so I was like, I was nerding out like crazy. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe Mr. Robot's here. I also like the one with the volumes. I could have referred to him as a Hard on Harry, but I did not do that. I decided to go with Mr. Robot. But yeah, it's just, sometimes every now and then there'll be like famous people at the show, and that's really really cool. I'm a huge nerd, so I always geek out when I see people like that in the shows.
Is it hard for you to do your show when those people are there? Do you feel like pressure?
The very first time,
did you acknowledge them or?
Yeah. Or do you just ignore them?
Most of the time we don't call them out. If I know the person personally, I'll ask them, like, "Hey, is it okay if I mention?" And usually, I'll say yes. But 9 times out of 10, we won't acknowledge it and just let them live in peace at the show. Yeah. And the very first celebrity I was made aware of that was at the show was one time Gabriel Iglesias was there, and we were doing the show in Hollywood, and he was in the front row, and they told us. Yeah, and that one was a little bit hard because he's also a comedian. So it's like, oh man, he's he's super famous, super great, one of my idols. But it was incredible to do a joke and see him laughing at one of my jokes. So I was like, this is super cool, it's super fun. And since
like
then,
you made it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's exactly how it felt. So very proud moment that was time.
What's your favorite scene in the show? Do you have one scene that's like it slays you? Because
yeah.
Besides that one.
Wait, come on! You can't do that and not say what it is.
No, there's definitely one that is a spoiler that I will never mention yet because it's worth not knowing it's gonna happen. It's the best reaction every time. But
I really gotta go to Vegas. Damn it!
You have to look.
You have to go to the show. I tell you, when I saw him coming out, I didn't even watch him. I turned and looked at my friends and watched my friends and recorded them the whole time because it's,
And I know you're friends, so they probably just thought it was the coolest fucking thing ever. You know what I mean?
And I want to tell all of you people, but I don't because I want you to go see this show. If you are any semblance of comedy, funny, like Star Wars fan, you have to go to the show and you have to see the should we just say the character who it is? It's just Palpatine.
Oh
yeah. We'll just tell you that you have to go see Palpatine. We'll just say that, and then yeah. I'm not gonna tell you anything else.
All right.
But what's your favorite? Like, what's your?
Oh, sorry. I would say, which one I never gets old for me. I love because I've done the show about 1,300 times now.
Wow.
It's like I'm over it all.
I'm not, but I'm not though. Because the thing is, like, we switch casts, so some people. As I say, my favorite act can change depending on who is performing in it, right? Because we always have professional dancers; they're all amazing performers. But one act that I just love constantly is the Imperial Guard. So like the 3 Imperial Guards on stage. I love that scene a lot.
Red.
Yeah, exactly.
That is my favorite scene in the whole show.
It's incredible.
It's so sexy. Can we just say it's so hot?
Yeah, she got right up on the mic too. I had to go right up on there.
It is so hot. You can ask anyone and they will tell you that I'm not wearing the shirt today, but that is my favorite scene. Yeah.
It's great. They're in the big hills, super tall hills. They have the Imperial staffs with them. The song is great. The lighting is great. They have the long draped capes and things like that. This is a really, really beautiful, really well done scene. Like you said, it's very, very sensual, very sexy. The choreography is fantastic. Like that one, I love watching that one every night.
Damn.
And then Han Solo is pretty easy on the eyes, so.
Oh yeah, definitely, exactly, yeah. That one's super fun too because we have lots of Easter eggs, and that one is like Han is the sexy man of the show, so that one is great for everyone in the audience, but also too during that scene there's like lots of funny like Star Wars references and acts like that people can pick up on. So that one is great too.
So it's not just pretty ladies. There's a breath of masculine air that comes through. And if you like Wookiees, there's Wookiees too. So there's something for everybody. whatever your thing is, they've got it.
Here, I'm making notes. Plan trip to Vegas soon. So I have to ask, and it's probably the dumbest question I'm going to ask. I'm sure it's very obvious, but you have Leia in the Jabba outfit, right?
Oh yes, we do.
Let's go.
And that's one of the most intricate scenes, I think, is the Jabba. The Jabba scene is the most intricate in terms of like set display, right? I would think.
Yeah. The Jabba scene is great. It's a huge Jabba on stage. There's lots of puppetry that happens during that act. There's I think maybe there's at least 6 dancers on stage. So that's it's Jabba's palace.
And the little guy, what's his name? I'm forgetting his name.
Salacious Crumb.
Salacious Crumb, yes, indeed.
Salacious B. Crumb, yep.
Yes.
That scene is really, really cool. It's a lot of fun.
It is very cool. And it is so well done that you just like, that you're watching something really intricately well done. This is not like, I'm not sending you all on a wild goose chase of like cheap tricks and thrills. Like, this is really well thought out, well planned. They've invested in doing this to the best of their abilities, and it's good quality. I'm telling you, I had to see it twice.
Can I talk about that also? So the show originally started, I think, 14 years ago in Australia.
Wow.
And it was very, very small show, but it's made by true Star Wars fans, right? That's why all our R2, is straight up R2. Our tauntaun is a tauntaun. Like everything is so detailed, and so there's so much love put into it because it's made by actual Star Wars fans. It's not just like a cash grab. I understand, we probably do sell a lot of tickets because of the Star Wars name, but when you come and watch the show, it's not like, it's not like, oh, you just used it and did your own thing. It's like, oh no, these people love Star Wars. So that's why I've always That's why I've always loved this show so much. I'm always honored to be a part of it because it's a part of, I could tell the people who created it love Star Wars just like I do. Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I loved it too.
Fans to see that.
Because the Star Wars element was not an afterthought. It's almost like the burlesque portion came second. Star Wars came first. The burlesque came second, and I think that's what I really liked about it, is that it was just so well thought out and done, and it wasn't, like he said, a cash grab. This is not a burlesque show that they're like, the Star Wars people will pay for it because we threw in like a Wookiee costume or something like that. It's more than that. So, and there's not. So, like, I know a lot of people might be thinking, like, how sexy is sexy? Now, when I saw it in San Francisco, the women were wearing pasties. But when I saw it in Vegas, they were not. But it was like, oops, I got a little excited there. Like a quick flash. So we're not talking like massive nudity here. We're very brief and limited. It's mostly just ladies and clothing, sexy clothing,
exactly.
Luxury.
It's
right.
It's almost It's almost more of like, I mean, it is still burlesque, but it's almost more of a dance show more than just like, it's not even like less of a striptease than a dance show. It's very, very, very tastefully done. It's very brief moments of a flash of someone unclothed, but it's mostly like, the costume will get skimpier and skimpier as the number goes down or as the number goes on, but it's never like full on, like, gratuitous nudity for no reason. It's never like that. It's very, very tasteful. Right. It's very, actually the majority of our audience every night it's probably like 60-70% women. And so we definitely like want to empower women and be respectful. So it's not just it's not made to just make a whole bunch of creepy guys come in and spend money there. Like we don't. That's not the audience we're trying to attract. It's definitely art. It's definitely art we do on stage.
It's burlesque. It's not a strip show. So that's the verbiage is there. It's a burlesque show, not a strip show. So if that's what you're looking for, this is not. This is not it. Go somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go to some other hotel.
What is that, like Zach and Miri make a porno? Like what was that, Star Wars or whatever? Yeah. Go to that instead.
Wow. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is Vegas. You can totally find whatever you're looking for out here. it's 100%.
So you are a Star Wars fan, though. You are not just
definitely
the leader of this group. You are a Star Wars fan. What is your favorite movie?
Rogue One, straight up. I love Rogue One.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, defend your answer.
Oh, I mean, Rogue One is like, okay, so this is gonna be a little bit I don't want to say controversial, but
we love controversy, though. It's okay.
Okay. My favorite thing about Rogue One is it doesn't focus on the Jedi and Sith and all like the mystical parts of Star Wars. It's very like it's very like Rebels, all these group of not normal people, but all these groups of like unenhanced individuals that have to come together, take on this huge corporation of villainy, right? Like it takes this network of all these spies working together to topple this government, basically. This overreaching, fascist government. So I like that. It's really cool. And the characters, they're awesome. Like Cassian is amazing. Jyn Erso is amazing. K2SO is my favorite droid of all time. Like, it's a really cool movie. And then the movie itself, Rogue One, blew me away. But then once they made Andor, it's just like now it's just like a different level.
Yeah.
When you watch Andor, and it's so cool. Andor ends right when Rogue One begins, which ends right when Episode 4 begins. So it's like a perfect seamless continuity of Star Wars content if you watch Andor all the way through Episode 4. So it's incredibly well done. I love Rogue One. I love that movie a lot.
Is Andor your favorite of the Star Wars shows?
Let's see. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What
are you going to go see Mando and Grogu?
There you go.
Of course I'm going to go see that. That movie looks super fun. Like it looks like I don't know, like it looks like it's like a nonstop adventure. And I know last night they released Darth Maul Shadow Lord, but I haven't seen the episode. I haven't watched the first 2 episodes yet, but I'll probably do that today. It's our one day off in the week. So of course, we're gonna watch Star Wars stuff. Yeah,
there you go. That's fair.
Of course, this is Star Wars Day. Tuesday is Star Wars Day.
Right. And I grew up playing a ton of Star Wars video games, right? So like I'm a big Nintendo nerd. So I used to play like Rogue Squadron and like Rogue Leader. Those are some of my favorite games. I love another aspect that I love about Star Wars is the ships and the piloting, right? It's like X-Wing and Snow Speeders and the Millennium Falcon. All the original OG Star Wars designs of ships are just like incredible to me. I still love that stuff. So those games are like deep in my heart. I love it so much.
So have you been to Batu and Disneyland or Walt Disney World?
You know what? Sadly, I have not yet.
Oh my gosh! You get to sit in the Millennium Falcon.
Star Wars night.
The Millennium Falcon is like just sitting there.
Yeah, that sounds so cool.
Yeah,
I have so many Disney friends that always send me stuff, and I'm like, I'm missing out. I have to go.
You have one more right here, another one right there.
You're like, it's not Tuesday. I can't be there.
Oh man, and I got to do the show in Orlando, and I was so close. I was like, oh man, I can go to Disney World, but I'm never going to be in Florida ever again that I know of. I mean, I can always plan to go back, but I wish I had made the effort and made it when I was there. But again, this show always takes precedence. We do so many shows.
When's the last time you were in the parks?
When I was a teenager, so in the 90s.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's changed a little.
Yeah, a little different. A little different.
I heard. Yeah, minor changes here and there. Yeah, I think the last time I went, I think they still had like Star Tours might have still been there.
Yeah.
No, it was. I remember writing Star Tours, and like I don't know what the other big new attractions were like.
Dang.
Yeah, it's been far too long, to be honest. Yes.
We gotta get you.
But I do love like a ton of Disney stuff, like Disney afternoon cartoons. I still watch those every single day.
Oh man, that was the best. What was your favorite?
Dude, probably either Tailspin again because I love like piloting airplanes. Tailspin was great. Gummy Bears is fantastic.
Gummy Bears.
Darkwing Duck and Gargoyles. I love all that stuff. But then,
yes,
all that stuff. But then the newer Disney stuff, the Gravity Falls is like my favorite thing ever. I love
my
Gravity
kids like
Falls
that
so
too.
Much. That shows it.
My kids like.
I heard they're gonna come back eventually, and they're gonna be a little bit older. I can't wait. For them to bring back Gravity Falls. It's such a good show.
I'm a big fan of Bluey. Have you watched Bluey?
You know, I have not seen.
I know. Watch Bluey.
I watched Bluey. Bluey's cool. You go back. You go back to Tailspin and Gummy Bears. That's funny. So, like a couple years ago, we were able to interview Michael Silvershire, who wrote the song. He wrote Tailspin and he wrote Gummy Bears. So
that's a banger, isn't it?
It's
Tailspin.
Both of them are bangers. They're just, Gummy Bears is a banger. Gummy Bears. Yeah. So good.
Do you remember when Disneyland had the Disney afternoon situation? Like when they had all the characters and they had like the banners on Main Street. Did you ever go during that time? It was like a huge thing. It was Disney afternoon at the parks, and that was
my goodness.
That was the thing. Yeah, that was back when Disney was different.
Last time he was there.
Yeah, that's really last time you were there. So maybe you shouldn't go back. Maybe you should just stick with those memories.
This is gonna be a weird stretch of a reference, but okay, where we're at in the theater at the Rio is where Chippendales used to be. So I know it wasn't Chippendales Rescue Rangers, but it made me think of that for some reason.
It's the same thing.
It's 100%. Maybe I can figure out some kind of Star Wars Chippendale Rescue Rangers joke to do tomorrow night.
There you go.
In honor of the theater.
Gonna do a Star Wars striptease burlesque merge. We're gonna do it.
You know what? I gotta do some kind of Chippendales Rescue Rangers Ewoks reference. I'll figure it out. Yeah,
okay.
I'll figure it out.
But you got to give us a shout out, like credit to Walt's Apartment Productions for the inspiration.
There you go.
Amazing joke.
I'll put you guys out as co-writers.
Oh, there you go.
Literally, I demand production credit.
You got it. No problem.
Okay, if you had a lightsaber, what color would it be?
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go with the classic green. I think the green saber looks dope.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I could, I don't know if there is. I don't think there is. I know there's a yellow one, but I wish there's a certain color, orange or hue. Okay, if I could make up my own, it'd be
just
orange
make your
like
own.
My previous cat. Yeah, it would be orange like my cat Sterling.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Dearly. Yeah, she was.
So
she was
Lando's nephew would have an orange lightsaber.
Yeah.
Because Lando would definitely need a lightsaber, so I mean that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And who's your favorite character besides Lando's nephew?
I have a few, but I'm a huge fan of K2SO from Rogue One because he starts off as an Imperial droid, right? Mm-hmm. So he has to get reprogrammed before he helps the rebels, and I like that story arc of like, you can unlearn things you've been programmed to do, right? And you come to the good side in different ways. So I like, and he's just like a witty, sarcastic, just funny. I love droids and robots in general. So K2SO is just like perfect character for me. I love him so much.
If you had to choose between R2-D2 and C-3PO, who would you choose?
Oh, damn.
You can only keep one. The other one has to die. Who is it?
Oh, it has to die.
Yes.
Now the pressure is on. Wow. I mean, I'm sorry, 3PO, but yeah, I'm going to have to
You've made the right decision.
I'm going to have to keep R2 around.
Absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
Even though I don't speak binary, and like C-3PO would be helpful in translating a lot of things. But yeah, I don't know.
He's annoying though.
You find C-3PO annoying?
Yeah.
Oh man.
He's so annoying. It would take one trip to another galaxy. I'd be like, you're out. I'm sorry. We've got to part ways. I'm over it.
Ewoks would definitely disagree with you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. He's just like, oh, Shannon, that's fine. They could be wrong. They could definitely be wrong.
That's right.
Annoying.
That's right. I won't argue with an Ewok though. They're pretty cute. Have you seen the Ewok movie? Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I just showed that to my I just showed that to my kids, and they were very confused about
like who are these mini Wookiees? What is this? What
are these little fellas doing?
Yeah.
Next, I'll show them the Christmas special.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. They're not ready for that. Yeah. Oh my goodness. The holiday special is it's special. It's very special. Yeah. You know, another droid I love. I have a Lego.
Tell me.
The BD-1 unit from Star Wars: A Fallen Order. Have you played that game? Yeah. So I love the BD-1 unit. He kind of looks like Johnny Five. He kind of looks like
yes.
Yeah. Right. He also looks like Wally a little bit. So those designs kind of merged to make the BD-1 unit, and it's super cool. He's a super cool droid. I love a lot of my favorite characters are the droids. Chopper's fantastic.
Yes,
Chopper's
great.
Favorite. That's their favorite. Absolutely their favorite. Yeah, they love Chopper. And at the parks, they sell these little toys where you wind them up and they go and they make these little noises and they move. And so they have like 3 of them because they keep breaking them, but they have to have another one. So we have like 3 Choppers that just like randomly will like go off in our house. Yeah, so like,
exactly.
In the playroom every once in a while, I'm like, oh, there it is.
That's super cool. Right on.
So I really appreciate you coming on today. Is there anything that you want to promote or plug that you're doing or the show is doing, or anything that you want to share with the world with Danny Glover and the Disney execs that are listening in right now?
Right. Josh, listen.
Well, first of all, just thank you for having me on. It's been so much fun talking to you both. Like it's been incredible. My main career is still all in the show. So if you happen to be in Las Vegas and you want to see a great Star Wars burlesque parody, come check us out. We're almost at our 1-year anniversary. We started on
Congratulations.
May 4th last year. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Yeah. So we're gonna have some new cast members joining in April. So if you've seen the show before, you can come back and see us again. It's gonna have a little bit slightly different vibe. And May the 4th is our 1-year anniversary. So cool. Anybody happens to be in Las Vegas, come check us out.
Is there any time frame on the show? Or is it until that's not you guys are there for a while?
Until at very least another year, but I'm sure as long as we sell tickets, it's gonna run forever there.
I love that.
That's so cool. I don't think you'll have an issue.
I think Vegas is the best city for it to run continuously, right? And I think they'll still have satellite other touring companies too. So I'm sure. Well, for example, I'm sure we'll pop back up in San Francisco and some other markets too. There was we had while we did Vegas, there was a few other tours happening too. Like we did Phoenix again, Atlanta, Toronto. There's even a few international cities as well, like Paris, London, stuff like that. So.
Right on.
Yeah.
And the webpage is, I'm just looking at.
Just gonna ask that. Yep.
Yeah.
Great minds.
Oh, yeah.
It's Empire Strips Back, theempirestripsback.com.
That's correct. Yeah.
So you can get all the information on there.
Do you have your own Instagram, Eric, you want to promote, or would you rather just promote the show? Or
it's him and his cat.
I was gonna say it's just me and the cats. That's all it is. Cats.
Oh man, there you go.
Occasionally a Lego set that I built. So definitely funnel to the EmpireStripsBack.com page. That it's way more interesting than my page.
I love it. Though. I love how normal it is. It's just
it is very interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
I love seeing behind the curtain. Like this is the man behind the cape.
So
this
cool.
is him.
Lando's nephew.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, Amber, finding this awesome guest. I've done this show for 6 years, and I've never mentioned nudity, burlesque, or porno in the same episode.
I told you.
So literally, there we go.
Never gonna let me back.
Yeah,
I keep pushing those boundaries.
So there we go. But Eric, thank you. I know this is your one day off, and I'm so glad we can make this work. I appreciate you so much, man, and good luck and continued success with this as well. It sounds like it's amazing, and
we're gonna get Sean there. We're gonna get him.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm intrigued. I've never been to. I've only been to Vegas
him.
twice, and it was literally to go in for 2 weddings and leave. I never went. I didn't do anything. I didn't check out anything.
Mm-hmm.
This may be a good icebreaker. So
I'll go again.
Yeah.
Third, fourth, fifth time.
There you go. I appreciate it, Amber. Thank you so much, Eric. Thank you so much, and
My pleasure.
thank you all for listening. And we hope you enjoyed the view from Walt's apartment. May the force be with you all. Good night.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past. And here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.